Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with a new episode. Our recap and review of the Challenge All Stars Season 5. This is episode 8, and we are coming back from the Fessy and Amber really surprise elimination.
Was it?
I
I
mean,
mean, the way that puzzle was, I was a little disappointed because I mean, if you can't get that was like a basic puzzle. Like all you needed to know barely is where people was at. If you can't figure out, okay, this is
well, not
who.
necessarily surprise elimination, but I think surprise with them going in and they was like kind of front runners for the whole season, and then them getting eliminated.
Yeah,
I think
these
that was a
last
surprise.
couple of episodes, I think shifted the ever since Leroy and Devin left, I think it shifted the game, and I don't like this perspective where we at. Because
What?
now
I love it.
I just feel like it's drama for it's not drama for no reason. I just feel like people are worried about the wrong things right now, and they
I
pushing these
like it.
narratives, and like a lot of these beefs are just like superficial.
Mm,
Like, yeah, we'll get into it, but
yeah. Well, I just think it did like switch everything, but everything was super predictable. It was always gonna be Adam and Steve. I'm glad they done got out of that loop.
I mean, did they? Because they're not
I
making any
mean, they
smart decisions.
did.
They're not making smart decisions either. So,
Yeah, but it's still different than having to hear their name every week from
but
these
they
people.
chose to do that. Literally, one of those eliminations, they literally chose to do that.
But there was nothing they could do. People was gonna call on them anyways.
They could have talked. They could have politicked. They could have did what they were supposed to do: play a social game, have friendships and whatnot. Like apparently, as we see in this episode, one of them had a friendship with a strong team. So, or at least
Mm.
a fascination with somebody.
Hmm.
But so we get into the house and we can see that there's division and tension going on. Besties Shane and Veronica are basically having a little tit for tat because Frank is coming in, and Shane just feel like his bestie is gone. And I don't, again, because we don't see a lot of what plays in the house, and then of course everything outside. I never knew Shane and Veronica were like besties, like they good Judies. But also, I thought Frank and Shane weren't enemies either. Like I thought they
Yeah, I
were
didn't
like
realize they was
cordial.
as much as
Yeah,
they making it seem that they're enemies.
yeah. And I do want to say, based off last week's episode, I do think Frank, like people, like Frank is trying to make it seem like people are gaslighting him that he's not a problem. Yet, literally, in your confessional, you're saying, like, you're basically you're trying to say people are gaslighting you, but you're literally gaslighting everybody
I
else.
mean, but that's
Like,
his game. That's how he played. I mean, it's a good game. He's like, oh, what are you guys talking about? But then in the confessionals, he's like, ah.
literally, he's like, I literally was part of every decision. I am they. But in the house, oh my God, me being they, I would
he's,
never.
I
Like, y'all
mean, he's
are
a good player.
assassinating my character. Like, y'all making it seem like I signed the deal with the devil. Yet you did. Like, you
He's
can't.
a good player. He's a good player. Don't
I
admit
get it.
it.
Like, I don't blame him. But again, like somebody said, if I'm gonna be in this game, at least I'm gonna be me. Like
Mhm.
you can't be in the game.
Nice.
You can't be in the game. Like just embrace it. Like we know why you're doing it. Like Sam isn't the best partner for you in this type of game, or at least in the structure of the way the game is. So you gotta be like political. You gotta be social. You gotta be a little underhanded to make sure that you still have a fighting chance. But at the same time, just own it at least a little bit. Don't make it seem like I'm
Right.
crazy.
No, he is working behind the scenes because he has to do that to kind of offset some things if they may not win a physical some of the physical challenges. So I don't mind him doing that. Like I think when some people do take the approach like it's me, I'm playing how I'm gonna play, and this is who I am, that's a good strategy for them. But for him, this is
But I
a
think it's
good
just
strategy where he
it
could try
comes
not to make
off
enemies.
because I feel like when you play it this way, where you're trying to gaslight people, then it becomes now I can't trust you in the next game. So like Corey L and 39 was the opposite end of what Frank is doing, where he was just like, yeah, it's me. I never trusted you. I'm stabbing you behind your back. You said your mother's sick. Yeah, I told everybody, da da da. Where Frank is like, oh, this not me, da da da. Behind the scenes, I'm doing this. Like at some point, everybody gonna know. Frank told me this. Wait, he told you this. He told me this. So then it becomes nobody can trust you. Now we just can't play the game. And then you get into like the John A factor, where now it's like anytime you're in this house, you're first to go.
The who factor?
John A.
Who don't trust John A?
I mean, ever since she got her second win, she has not been able to stay on the season.
But people, it's not like that many people even trust Frank now. So I don't think it'll mess up his reputation
And
in
that's
it at
another thing.
all.
Then
He
if
already
people
has
already
that type
don't
of
trust you and
reputation.
already know it's you might as well just embrace it. Be the bad guy. They're not gonna send you home
But why, when I could be clueless and make it to the end without people blatantly shooting at me?
because
I
they
don't know.
are
I think it's
blatantly shooting
fine.
at you.
I think it's fine. He has alliance. The only person really trying to point the fingers at him is Shane.
I
Everybody else
guess.
seems to be cool with letting him and Sam just live.
And Melissa's not, Nani's not, Amber
Oh
B
well, yeah,
wasn't, Devon not. So you have people, but because you know who you're aligned with also helping you. So like I get it. Like I said, I get the gameplay. I'm not mad at the gameplay itself. I'm
mm,
just don't like the way he kind of going about it. I just don't
yeah.
like the I'm about to play victim when I know I'm like just embrace it at that point. Like everybody knows it's you, so there's no point of denying it. And then when it
I
plays
mean,
back, what you gonna say? Oh, I was just playing the game. You already said that, so you might as well. And plus, Frank has been saying, "Don't be mad at me. It's nothing personal. I'm just playing the game." So you can't be
yeah.
saying, "Huh?"
I say yeah,
So you can't be saying this is how I'm gonna play and then lie about how you play it. Like
yeah.
I just don't like the contradictory in that. Like,
Mm,
but that's
yeah.
my biggest.
And then we get Adam. Adam approaches Frank as well, and to kind of like, I guess, make an alliance, but ask, would you choose me over Ashley?
And he was like, "I'm choosing Ashley. What
Yeah,
do
and
you?"
I mean that was honest. I mean, but it's like there would be no point in lying. If somebody is my best friend, even if I told you I'm not gonna pick my best friend, you know I'm gonna pick my best friend. So that's really a moot point. I don't know why
Yeah,
he asked that.
that's like if you ask Leroy, "Are you going to choose me over Nani?" Like we did a season together outside of the challenge. Me and Nani, like that's the difference between like the real world seasons, like who did like real world seasons versus people who just
Mm,
did the challenge together. I
mm,
lived with this person 24/7 for however long we were in this house. Like
mm,
this is my person. Like we're legit friends. So it's just like if Avery was in the house, you would choose Avery. Like you can't. It's
mhm.
just yeah. So it's
Yes,
just
yeah. But yeah,
weird.
he said he'll choose Ashley, which is real. So he's loyal to Ashley.
Yeah. And then so we go from the bestie triangle to Turbo versus everybody. So basically we find out that Turbo has been living in the living room. And that has rubbed people the wrong way. And basically he just don't like people in his face, apparently, even though it's a
in
communal space.
his living room space. That's not your house. He said we found out he been living in the living. Yeah, so I mean, he want people to clean up after themselves. Sure, that is appropriate, but
You can't be
also you
again.
can't
This is
sleep
not
in the
your
living room
room.
and then be mad when we in the living room, huh?
This is not your room. Like cleanliness, yes, everybody should be clean. But if I don't go to sleep, if we've been drinking, we're in the living room drinking. I go to bed. I'll come back in the morning and clean it up. But just because you inconvenience yourself by sleeping there, don't blame me for
Did
that.
they say
Like,
why he's sleeping in the living room? Why he won't go in his room?
uh, I think he just kind of is just terrible.
Turbo's so crazy. I like Turbo, but yeah, that
Yeah.
is unreasonable.
So we
They
kind of
had a
see.
Turbo space.
I don't know if this was an impromptu house meeting or they was waiting for the vans, but they kind of positioned it to be like a unofficial house meeting where basically Adam was like, was it Adam? Yeah, Adam was like, yeah, you don't need to be sleeping in here. We don't really appreciate that. Well, I guess Turbo started off by saying, "Hey guys, clean up after yourselves," and Adam was like, "Nobody told you to sleep in here." And then Turbo apparently was like, "Adam just be farted everywhere," and he's just like the most unhygienic person. And so they kind of go back and forth, and then Melissa tries to chime in because Nani was trying to defuse the situation, and
Mm,
Turbo, it to Turbo extent. So my thing with Turbo, or so I get what Nani was. Nani basically was like, everybody should just leave Turbo alone because it's a moot point talking to him unless you're about to like grovel to him. I mean, she says that
mm,
later, but it's essentially been said throughout this episode that you can't talk to Turbo. So
mm,
one, I feel like people also are forgetting the not necessarily the language barrier, but the cultural difference. Like
mm,
Turkbo lives and is from Turkey. So the way, based off kind of what we've seen from some of the Turkish players, they're stubborn, they're stuck in their ways, and things have to be done a certain way. So I do agree with Turbo to an extent where if the Congress, if me and him are talking and fighting, don't insert yourself into it. Cause
mm.
then now I got a problem with you. Like again, I understand what Melissa's saying. The way you talk to people is disrespectful. I agree there. But at the same time, that wasn't your battle or your fight to like pick in. Especially nobody likes when I'm talking to one person and now everybody else is ganging up on me. Like,
Mm.
calm down. What are y'all doing? Like,
And yeah, I'm about saying I don't think Turbo would be receptive to that anyways.
yeah. And then that's another thing too. It's like y'all already know it's no point of even like trying to talk about
Yeah,
it. And that's we see this later. And we'll get to it. I mean, nothing else really happens. So later
yeah,
on, we
on the
kind of
daily.
see. I was about to talk about. We kind of see Turbo in the club, kind of by himself, and he was
I think
like,
that's
"I'm."
later.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to bring it up to kind of
Oh,
finish off my point.
okay.
He was like, "I'm by myself. Like I'm literally minding my business, and
And then
you're
people
coming
come
to
and
me."
find. I
like,
will say at that point in the club, he was
yeah.
by himself.
But that's what I'm saying. Like for the most part, outside of that instance, Turbo tries to stay away from everybody because he already knows I don't like these people. I really don't want to be here, but they're gonna find me if I act up. So let me stay away from the house. Yet people are tending to come to him, but that's
Yeah,
what
they
we'll get
came over to
into.
him
Yeah, we
while he
kind of
was
get into
asleep.
that. Yeah. So we get to the daily. It's called Shooting for the Star. Teams must solve a puzzle, then race to the star. Suspended 12 feet above a cliff. Jumping off a plank in a four wheeler. It's the same elimination we saw in not elimination, same daily we saw in 40, where they had to put in the plugs to light up the little lights and drive off and try to grab a star. I
Mm.
do again hate the fact that they literally doing the same stuff back to back, which is again another reason why they need to either space these out these seasons or at least not just change the type of vehicle, but at least like I don't know.
They
I don't
are
know what
trying
they
to
could
be
do.
economical. They gonna reuse the same dailies eliminations, just change, take off all stars and put it back on there when they need to. Yeah, we gonna where are they at right now? Like where are they at?
They
What
been
country?
still.
So
You
yeah,
talk about
okay,
for
and
this
that's
season?
where that was where 40 was too,
Yeah.
and that's where 41's gonna be.
No, 41 is in Chile.
Okay, okay, okay.
So
Well, they'll have to change once they leave. So so they'll have to change some stuff. So I
I
guess
wonder if they
every two
buy.
seasons.
I wonder if they buy everything in bulk and just put on like. I wonder how they do the All Star stuff. Like, do they just get? I'm pretty sure they probably just get like a standard color, but sometimes the regular season will be like purple and gray or orange, and then All Stars will be like gold and black. Do they just be like, you know what? Or do they just be like, we already got a gold and black of this one. Let's just put All Stars on it and just take it back to the printer
Yeah,
or something
I
like that.
doubt they rebuying like buying more stuff. This they recycling stuff. They gonna like take the letters off, rearrange them. They probably ain't bought stuff in a long time.
Probably
They
got a spray paint and just let's
they
throw
gonna
that
yeah they
on.
gonna just redo it. I mean that makes sense, but yeah,
Yeah.
I doubt they're buying new things to make these signs and stuff. No.
Yeah.
They got them a semi truck person on speed dial for them semi truck things. They got
I'm pretty
the
sure
challenges where they got to jump off.
they get a nice rate for these
They get a
semis.
couple bungee instructors on retainer for when they got to jump out of air. They got these
They got
people.
a airport landing strip just ready to go.
Yeah, I would say every place they go to, every country, whatever, they look up where the
Because I'm pretty sure they pay one fee for both seasons. Like, we're going to be here
yeah,
twice. We might as well just pay it at once. And
yeah,
that's probably cost efficient for their budgets. So that's
yeah.
probably, again, why these pots are getting, it seems like lower and lower. As
If they wasn't filming at the same time, they would try to use the same house, but they filmed at the same time. And they got to
No, they
have another
filmed
house
different.
for
I
the
think the turnaround was just too close to each other for them
yeah,
to,
and they got to have another house anyway for the fill-in people.
yeah. What I was about to say, I do wish that if they do start filming, I do feel like they need to start filming these seasons. If they're going to do this, they need to film it together. Just, I get we want TJ to host, but at this, I mean, outside of like familiarity, there's really no need for TJ to be the host of like an All Star season. Like, bring
Stop
Mark,
trying
let
to
him.
stop TJ bag. Let him get double his
I'm not trying
money.
to stop
You
his
trying to take his
bag, but
bag.
that's the only way I feel like we can stop this problem of literally seeing the same thing 2 seasons in a row.
Why you think switching up the hosts will make you feel fresher?
Because then they can film at the same time. They can't film if TJ on 40. We gotta wait till TJ done to flip over, and then it will
Oh,
also
okay.
stop them from allowing people like Devin from doing 40 and going into All Stars. Like, stop
Yeah.
that. Now we already know this cast is here. Have these other people we can call from and bring back
Mm.
and all this. It prevents all that. It stops them from making the mistakes they keep making.
Yeah, well, I
And
don't
bring back
know.
that freshness to All Stars because now we got to go in the archive, the
I just want
Rolodex.
a brand new cast. I would like a cast of no like of what's it called unknowns.
Well,
Like
that's the theme for 41.
yeah, I would like unknowns. Like obviously people from other shows is fine, but like unknown to the challenge. I would like that.
I mean, that's what they kind of had with the USA, but they stopped that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I like that. I like USA. I didn't really like the format was a little different, but overall, except for that stupid final, USA was good with the people that they cast.
yeah. So after the daily, Adam and Steve secure their win.
Hmm.
After succession of being voted into elimination throughout the season, they finally are starting to turn their luck
On a
around.
winning streak. I
Um,
love it. I love it. It's a reckoning for everybody who voted for Adam and Steve. And not that I'm like super like, oh my goodness, I want Adam and Steve to win, but they was
well, they don't see it
unfairly
like that.
kept. Huh?
I said they don't see it like that.
Yeah. But I just I'm glad that it's new people being thrown in, and because they have the choice, like because they are winning, they're out of the running. I just like that because we would have never got the past two eliminations if Adam and Steve were still on the board, like to be eliminated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get back to the house, and once again, Shane and Frank take center stage.
Mhm.
Basically, Shane accuses Frank of just well, Frank accusing Shane of being obsessed, and Shane is just like, "You're just, I just basically don't like you. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like how you're kind of playing the game." Um, and again, like we said, I didn't know it stemmed this deep. Apparently, I don't know if adding Veronica to the mix made it like, oh,
Some
you're
of
trying
this,
to.
I feel like people be fishing for a rival season. I be like when it randomly come a rivalry come out of nowhere, and we be like, what? I be like, you trying to be his partner on Rivals.
Yeah, especially
So
when
I
it's
don't
like
know.
it's no legit. There's no legit beef outside of, oh, I mean, I get to an extent what Shane is saying. When we started this, it was only a 3-person alliance. Now it's 4 people, and it seemed like, and even Veronica said it, that she more finds herself aligned with Frank than Shane. So of course the dynamics are going to change, but I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Shane is playing a messy game. Like
Yeah.
like
And even if
Devon.
you felt that, I wouldn't tell Veronica or make it so obvious to Veronica because you're going to help make her decision to choose Frank over you if you
Yeah.
keep like not being cool, like
Yeah,
level about it.
we see that play out in the club where Devon is just like, "Sir, what are you doing?" Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, we said that nominations actually, but basically Devon just like, calm down. Like, all of this is unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
But as we said earlier, when we do get into the club, Melissa finds herself wanting to talk to uh,
Turbo.
Turbo, and Turbo is just minding his business, sleeping in his little corner, sitting in his own little corner in his own little chair, waiting for somebody to come save him. And Nani's sitting there, and Turbo was like, "Look here, I was minding my business. You
Yeah.
came to me. I was sleeping in my corner because production said I had to be here, and I just wanted my sleep." And Nani was like, "Melissa, girl, there's no point unless you're saying sorry. Turbo is not going to comprehend what you're saying to him." And I mean, I don't know, because I feel like Nani is playing both sides.
Yeah, I
I
think
feel like,
she wants her both to feel like this time she on his side, but also to let the other people know. I recognize that sometimes he is you cannot you cannot deal with him. So she's trying to just balance it. Because if
yeah,
she was like Melissa, I understand. Yeah, this is crazy. Then Turbo would be like, Nani, you betrayed me. Like, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
she is trying to balance, I think.
yeah. Outside of that, we do. Never mind, that was the other episode.
Yeah.
Um,
So let's go to the house vote, house nominations.
so the House nomination, it was pretty much Ashley and Dario.
Hmm.
Um,
Shane tried,
Shane does
Shane and
have
every, mm,
a little spat where he's like, "Hey, we want star holders to go against star holders, so why not vote in?" Well, he basically asked, "So who's all the star holders?" And,
he tried to be like, Frank is a star holder. Do not forget,
and
Frank is
then
a
Frank
star
was
holder.
like, "So what you trying to say? Is that a threat?" Like, oh, he's like, "Oh no, I'm just saying that you do hold a
He's
star."
like, we're just talking about star holders, okay?
I will say that whole exchange between the two was like hilarious because it's like, I'm not calling you out. I'm just stating the obvious. I just want to know my options. That's all. And
He's
Devon is
saying
just,
that, but when if he became a star holder, if him and Davon became a star holder, he'd be like,
it'll be a whole different
we don't need
story.
to be talking about star holders.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, but
Devon is just like, "Sir, what are you doing? Like, why are you saying all this? Because again, y'all are not safe. Y'all might
yeah,
not be the house vote, but y'all still can get voted in. So
yeah,
let's not try to rock the boat, especially if you're already not in the best position with Adam and Shane.
yeah. And
Also,
you pointed
Turbo
out star
did,
holders, and
yeah,
Adam and Steve are star holders, so they could be like, this team keeps mentioning star holders.
yeah. uh, so Ashley and Dario are the house
The house
vote.
vote. Hmm.
This is their second time being a house vote. They also a star holder, and then once we get to the elimination, Adam and Steve decide to throw in Nani and Turbo. Even though they were torn between them and Frank and Sam, as Shane tried to mention that it was Sam and Frank who threw them in. So what's to stop them from doing it again?
Okay, it was everybody who did it. I don't ever know. I don't understand why they ever go to Adam and Steve with like they threw you in, so you should throw them in. Literally everybody threw me in. You can go too. Like, what are you talking about, Shane? Like you was sitting there telling them, no, don't vote Adam and Steve. No, your vote counted as a vote as well when you said their name several
Yeah.
times.
So this
So,
elimination is called Hold Up, involving it involves solving a puzzle while managing a game board and
mm,
retrieving the scattered pieces. Within 3 minutes, they would have to alternate. So whoever forms the star first on the puzzle piece while the other member is holding it up wins.
mm,
I do think this was cute. I do think this was a nice little elimination. I
mm.
still feel like it needed something else,
Hmm.
But it was
El-
nice.
yeah, all the eliminations so far this season really have been kind of like boring a little bit.
Yeah, like they're like right outside of that puzzle. They're like
Mm.
right there. They just need a little spice, a little, accoutrement.
Yeah.
But in the end, Nani and Turbo are the winners. And Turbo said he did it for our boy Leroy, for Roy Lee. He said Leroy told me when he left, get revenge. And Turbo was like, "This is my personal mission to get Dario out of here." And you know you can't give Turbo a mission because once he has it, it's a wrap.
Exactly.
So
But overall,
I,
I mean, I was okay with who ended up
yeah, they
winning. I didn't.
haven't. Yeah, their game they haven't made a impact.
Mm,
They kind of was just there, honestly. Like they weren't
mm,
like making any political moves or social moves. They didn't even
mm.
touch on their relationship. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they kept like I'm talking about the flashbacks and like the overall commentary seemed like they was gonna start talking about it, but I don't
yeah,
think they ever really got to talking about it, at least that we saw.
yeah. And even in their final words, they made it seem like they're like friends, but from the jump, it didn't seem like they ever had hostility towards each other. So
Yeah.
again, outside of them being exes, I don't really, and them not talking, but that's what happens when with the ex from years ago. Like you just not going to talk to them. There's literally no
Mm.
reason to. So outside of that, I don't really see why they were rivals. Outside of them just trying to see if they can come back to the main season.
That was the only reason that was because they were exes and the way that that I guess he left the relationship and everything.
Yeah.
But
But
overall, I mean, it was a okay episode. The past few episodes have been okay. They need something to turn it around. I don't know, what's it called? What's it called? Those things, grenades that
yeah,
TJ used to have in there. So yeah, they need something else.
yeah.
Or just like hurry up with season 41.
I don't know if we need that to hurry up. I need them to do that season right because these last three seasons consecutively, no, it has been bad. But what I was about to say, so we do know that because Ashley and Dario was a star holder, they lost their star and is up for grabs next week. But
Yeah. Yeah,
yep,
we'll see how that play out. And this is what they want anyway. This is why they want to throw the star holders in so that they can get the star in the daily challenge.
which is
Yeah.
great, but it doesn't stop them from not going into elimination.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
it's just an
like,
extra star for the week.
yeah, it's just like, I mean, even if you get your star, it doesn't mean you're going to keep it that same day. You can literally get your star and lose it the same day.
Yeah, you
So
can.
is
You
I
can
think
still
it's
go.
better to probably go get it in elimination versus as long as Nani and Turbo is there in Adam and Steve, you have some type of like if I'm Veronica and Katie, I have a scapegoat. So if I get my star in elimination, well, at this point now, I don't know if you want to go down there, but
Mm.
earlier you had a chance to get a star or whatever the case may be. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. So
Ron and Katie don't have a star. I thought they had
they
a star.
don't.
They don't. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, they probably gonna wait till the last minute to get
Yeah.
theirs.
So the only
But
teams with stars right now is Adam, Steve, Nani, Turbo, and Frank and Sam.
Frank is saying, okay. Well, those are our thoughts and opinions about this week's episode. Please leave us a comment down below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on our next one. Peace.